Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Andrew Rants, where I talk about things that annoy me, confuse me, or just plain piss me off. And today, I'm digging into the treasure chest, the treasure chest of my mind and my memories, and taking you all back in time to when I was a wee little tyke. Yes, 5-year-old Andrew that had the dreams and aspirations that any kid would have. Immediately crushed by his teachers, but then again, they're crushed by all teachers if you think about it, except for those rare few. But either way, what I want to rant about this time, action figures and why they really sucked movement-wise. Now, to be fair, there's an entire group of action figures that really didn't suck when it came to movement. The Transformers. Okay, some of them did, some didn't. You also had the G.I. Joes, which you could really move, especially the smaller ones. They really had some great articulation. But now let's talk about some of the bigger toys, shall we? Like the ones from my youth, which were pretty much Power Rangers related. Haha, see, they tie in anyway. Yes, this is a Power Rangers rant in a sort of way, but it's also a toy rant at the same time. How come the toys couldn't actually move like the characters on the screen? Why couldn't we have bendable knees? Why couldn't there have been bendable elbows? Why couldn't the shoulders have moved? Why couldn't the heads have swiveled even just a little bit? Why, and for the love of Christ, why? It disturbs me to think that they use these toys for some of the scenes in Power Rangers, let alone marketed them to kids. I mean, the Shogun Megazord alone had to have an entire arm repainted because, well, the White Ranger has the Falcon Zord, and it combines with this, and there are 6 Rangers, so we gotta give the Pink Ranger a Zord, and, well, the only other Zord we can give her is the White Shogun Zord, so let's just paint it pink, and nobody's gonna notice. No. We will notice. That is like taking the tits off of a cheerleader. We will notice. You don't just go into a strip club and go, oh, yeah, I'm here, what is this, amateur night? So, seriously, this is Thursday, right? Thursday's supposed to be the huge night. What the hell? Yeah, somebody came in and said that nobody would notice if we removed all the girls with the large breasts. I'm out. So why would you do something that stupid is my question. You have an entire aspect and probability to create a series of toys and action figures that are just so much better. I mean, let's face it, even the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers figures did have some limitations. Sure, their arms and elbows moved. There was a hell of a lot more They were more articulationally accurate. There you go. Than the Megazords were. So, why couldn't the Megazords have had a little more articulation put into them? Sure, the Rangers' hips couldn't move, and you couldn't move their legs up, at a 90-degree angle to the side, but still, they had that flip action. Ooh, flip action? Really? You mean like what you brought back for like 3 figures in the Zeo Saga? Great idea! In fact, I own one of those. Yeah. Notice how I say one of those. It wouldn't have been so bad if the figures would have actually looked somewhat like the kids, like not superly muscular. The reason for this, though, according to some toy collectors, was because they needed room for the mechanic system in order to flip the head out. Really? You couldn't have shrunk it down a little bit and actually made the head still pop out and look somewhat decent. I kind of think you could have, but you cheapened out at the end. Every single one of the Rangers kind of looked like they were bulky, like they pretty much went through a gigantic steroid-induced lifting fest, and that their top parts were so massively muscular that their bottom half just couldn't keep up with them. And it's true if you look it up. It's really sad. Nowadays, the figures look a lot better, and though some will complain that they look over-sexualized, but let's face it, at least they don't look like what they used to. I, for one, actually like the newer figures, even the newer Megazord and Astro Megazord, and those little packs that you get with one of the figures. You get the parts to build your own Megazord. Those look a lot more accurate, even for the size that they are. Remember, the 5-inch playset figures and even the 5-inch Megazord figures that you got back in the day looked nothing like or even moved like the counterparts on television. In fact, I remember constantly breaking some of the arms on the deluxe Megazords at least, just because I wanted it to move its arm a certain way and the damn pin snaps. Same thing with the Tiger Zord. I remember profusely, twice on 2 different white Tiger Zords, that damn elbow broke. And all I did was move it into one position that it should have naturally gone into. What the fuck is going on with this? Of course, nowadays you have a lot better toys, what with the Zoid builders in the Legacy collection, which, by the way, when are we ever getting the Legacy Shogun Megazord? I want that. I'd like to review that. I'd like to have a copy, have it sit by my bed and wake up every morning and look at it. Go, it's going to be a Shogunrific day. The Shogun Megazord is by my side again. That was a sweet Megazord. How can we not have that yet? We got the Ninja Megazord, and you're claiming it's from the movie, but it's not. Come on, give us the Shogun Megazord. That's the next logical step. While we're at it, give us Ninjor. Give us a decent Ninjor. That's another problem. A lot of the secondary figures didn't have any articulation except for maybe ratcheting joints in the arms. Wow! That's it? Our parents, or even to a lesser extent us, because let's face it, when we're that young, we're banging our heads on the ground asking mommy and daddy, or even grandma and grandpa to buy it for us. Or any relative or guardians pretty much going to be dropping cash to shut us up. And we're asking them to buy us something that the only articulation it has is it can move its arm in a circle. That's like playing with a goddamn fucking brick. Seriously, why? I just don't understand how people got a kick out of this and said, oh yeah, this is one of the greatest toys that has ever been made. No, it hasn't. Oh, for the love of God, it hasn't. There is nothing good about this. This thing just royally... And we haven't improved on any of that. One of the best Megazords at the time, back in the olden days of the toys, and I am stretching this, is the Zeo Megazord, which I never even got to own, for God's sake. I could never find one. And when my mom and I did finally find one, it was a store display that they were not selling because it was busted, and they had to glue it back together. I got the Super Zeo Megazord, but it has the same problems that the rest of them do. The legs don't move! How difficult could it have been to create a way for Super Zeo Zord 3 to bend a little bit when it's transformed and give the robot some mobility and movement? Really? The arms at least go outward and you can hug somebody to death, but you can't move the legs. Wow! Even the original Megazord could move the legs and the arms. They couldn't do much else. There sure as hell weren't no knee bending, but at least the arms and legs could move. And I know all these are based off of the Super Sentai versions, which, let's face it, Japan is known for making bricks for toys. They don't really need to keep the kids entertained, just so long as they teach them everything they need to know and hope and pray they repopulate the country. Which, by the way, is not going too well last time I checked. But still, it's not their fault, it's sort of ours. When the Power Rangers series and all those other figures came to the US, why couldn't we have found a way to screw with them a little bit and make the figures better to sell more of them? Oh sure, 5 overly anxious teenagers in spandex is going to sell regardless. Let's make the Megazords really cool so that they can sell crap loads out of the stores. What the hell were we not thinking? So, next time you're looking through old eBay listings, trying to find that huge lot of Power Rangers merchandise, like the Megazords and a whole bunch of stuff, or even that giant collection that one seller has up for almost $900. You know who you are on eBay. I think you're asking way too damn much, but you know who you are. Anyway, why not think back and go, what made me think this was really cool as a kid? And then take a look at the more newer ones, like the Legacy Collection, and go, did they make any improvements to those? And if not, send Bandai a letter and tell them that you would like something improved. Because the only way to get something done apparently in this world is to bitch and complain about it. I think. I don't know, I'm still waiting on my complaints that I'm not really a fan of where I went to school at, but I haven't really gotten too far from that. So maybe that's not the best way, but at least let them know that there's stuff that they could do to improve the figures. I, for one, would like a Shogun Megazord that actually has some articulation in the arms, bends at the elbows, the shoulders move, and the legs can move. I would be so happy for that. And you know what? I would be happy if they continue the Legacy Collection at least up to the Super Zeo Megazord. Because then I could get that one and compare it to the original, which I still own. If only, if only. I doubt it'll happen, but I'm going to be optimistic. Anyway, I'm Andrew Oates. Thank you for listening to Andrew Rants, and I will catch you all next time. Bye!